Hello and welcome to another pregame show. What is going on? I am Matt O'Leary. I'm joined as always by Connor Long. Connor, how are you, my friend?
Matt, I am doing well. If you look back on our shows just 3 weeks ago, we were as low as it could get. We were talking Aaron Glenn one and done. We were talking, will this team ever win a football game? Fast forward a few weeks later, Matt, this team is on a 2-game win streak, looking to make it 3 in a row in Foxborough. Won't be an easy test going against the current MVP betting favorite in Drake May and a very, very, very polished New England Patriots team. It's going to be under the prime time lights. And look, Jet fans are already starting to get bought back in, Matt, after a win over Cincinnati, after a win over Cleveland, and now here comes the big test on the primetime lights.
Yeah, look at this. Paul O'Brien, 10-7. All the exclamation points. We are ready, baby. We are ready to go on a run. We should probably start with the inactives list. We usually, we had to start a little bit later today. But usually it's about the halfway point of our show they came out, but we could start with them. I'll pull them up right now. And I think that'll be a good transition to get in and start talking about this game. So AZ Thomas, Khalil Herbert, Jamarcus Weston, Braden McGregor, and tight end Jelani Woods, which means AD Mitchell will make his Jets debut tonight.
Yeah, I think when you look at this list, it's kind of a little surprise to be expected, other than the fact that Tyler Barron will be active tonight. The Jets put one terrible edge rusher in for another, as Braden McGregor, I think, is a healthy scratch for the first time this year. Khalil Herbert makes sense, obviously, is Isaiah Thomas with the injury designation that he suffered on Sunday. That looked like a terrible injury at first. Thank God he ultimately ended up to be just fine. Jamarcus Weston, a special teamer with, the players that they traded for. AD Mitchell will be active for the first time today. John Mechie will be active once again. Weston gets the bad bounce there. So overall, nothing to complain about here on this list. No surprise, healthy scratch for this team. It's just a lot of attention going to be on the wide receivers today, Matt, because the Patriots are one of the best run-stuffing teams in the league. And the Jets are going to be without Garrett Wilson today, and for the foreseeable future, he gets placed on injured reserve. There's going to be a lot of pressure on guys like AD Mitchell, a player like Arian Smith, guys of that nature to step up and rally behind Garrett to create some sort of noise. So it's not just run, stop for all of this evening in Massachusetts.
Yeah, and a couple other things of note that I thought looking at this. Braden McGregor, I believe, got banged up in the game against the Browns too, so not crazy surprising to see him come out. Alan Lazard also enters back into the lineup tonight. So are you excited to watch some Alan Lazard, Connor?
Absolutely not, man. I would take anyone on the field over Alan Lazard.
I hope the offense is running through AD Mitchell and John Mechie. I don't necessarily think it makes a lot of sense to be feeding Alan Lazard targets at this point in the year.
I think a headline that not enough people are talking about, though, Matt, is the fact that we still don't know who the quarterback is going to be. We still don't.
True, technically, right?
I think we all believe that it will be Justin Fields. I have a strong feeling that it will be Justin Fields getting the starting nod for the Jets today, but it was leaked by Adam Schefter ahead of last week's game, and now it's looking like there's a chance we literally do not know who the Jets starting quarterback is until they take the field in about a little under an hour and 15 minutes at Gillette Stadium. So really coming down to the wire, are you in agreement with me that you think it will be Justin Fields tonight?
I do, especially, they're coming off of 2 wins. I know he didn't play well against Cleveland, but I feel like it's very rare to see a coach make that kind of a move while the wins are coming. Like we've seen it, like if a quarterback plays poorly and they're losing, that makes a little bit more sense. But I wonder how long the leash would be for Justin Fields in this game. If he comes out and struggles in the first half, like he has, unfortunately, in 3 of the last 4 games, Connor, he's thrown for under 60 yards.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think he's thrown under 60 yards in a half of his starts, and I think he's thrown over 150 in the other half. I think that encapsulates Justin Fields' career, just fully riddled with inconsistency. I think if the Jets really want to be in today's game, though, they have to start Tyrod Taylor, Matt. You can't justify putting Fields out there tonight. And if they do and he struggles, you need to have a short leash, like you mentioned. I want to see him out by the end of the first quarter, the first half at the absolute latest today. And if Fields is out there, man, he has to use his legs and he has to take some shots down the field. I'm tired of watching him play conservative, be check down Charlie, and just a really inefficient passer. And granted, the Browns are a very, very good defense. Fields needs to step it up today. I want to see some deep shots. The guy has a strong arm. There's no denying of it. He's just afraid to use it, and he's afraid to take off and make plays with his legs as well. So Fields needs to get into a rhythm tonight.
He absolutely does. And look, I've seen the point, and it's hard to disagree that it's hard to evaluate the rest of this offense with the quarterback play that you've gotten from Justin Fields. I think that's the frustrating part, right? Is with him, he's had 4 really, really bad games. He's had 2, I'll give him, week 1 against Cincinnati, 2 very good games. And then the other 2, I would say were just okay, somewhere in the middle to okay to solid in those games. The inconsistencies and the amount of vary in his game, I think is really frustrating that you don't know what you're going to get night in and night out.
And that's the concern. He scores 39 points against, granted it was the Cincinnati Bengals defense, but scores 39 points there, gets the Jets their first win of the season. And then you watch him go out against the Cleveland Browns. I think 6 of 11 it was passing wise, 54 yards, a touchdown and a pick. And even a misconception with that line, Matt, is I think 42 of those 54 yards came on a Breece Hall slip screen, that incredible touchdown that he broke off. You know what I said as the play was literally developing, Matt? I was like, this is the same play we saw in 2023 versus the Giants in that absolute dogfight, the same weather conditions, terrible quarterback play, a quarterback who can't push the ball more than 5 yards down the field. So I had some flashbacks there. But look, I know the Jets are big-time underdogs. I think 12.5 is the line. I think the Jets cover, and I think that's a safe bet if you're betting on tonight's game.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be tight, right? The numbers, it varies between 11.5 and 12.5 points. I'm hoping that this could be a 1-score game. I think that's my bar for this team going into this game. And I did want to pull something up from the chat. I was going to pull up his other comment first, but I instead saw a better comment that I too would like to know the answer to. Okay. Our friend of the program, Johnny Boy, wants to know, Connor, can you explain what 6'7" means? I'm an old head, so I don't understand.
I hate to say this. I don't know what it means.
Really? I
really
thought you'd be, you're in high school now. I figured that's like the perfect age for this.
Yeah. And I think most of the kids who have actually made this popular, Matt and Johnny, don't know what it means either. I've asked around. Brian, you can ask Brian Dable. He's unemployed.
There you go.
We can ask Brian Dable what that means, as he has infamously said it once in one of his early season press conferences. I've heard that it has originated from a song. I wish I had more details here, but I really don't. I do not know too much information as to where 6'7" came from. It literally doesn't mean anything. It's just like something kids do to be annoying and try to sound stupid by saying. There's no meaning behind it. And I merely know where it came from. But again, that's a question for the unemployed Brian Dable.
Now, we will get back to it, but since he asked and it was on my mind anyway, I am going to go back to the original question from our friend Johnny Boy, who's saying, do the Jets listen to Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? And I was going to say, Connor, do you even know who either of those bands are?
Of course I do.
Okay.
In sync. Both are similar. I think Backstreet Boys is better, Matt. I don't know about you.
Okay, I would agree. I was more Johnny Boy. I know he's a millennial like myself.
Yeah.
I was more of a Dream Street guy. That's a true blue throwback, deep cut. So
yeah,
we'll see if Johnny Boy knows who that is.
If I were to go with like any, I know this was a little before their time, but if I were to go with any of the boy bands, I think as they call them, I'd have to go with the Beastie Boys. I think I still listen to the Beastie Boys. I think far and away that is the best boy band. They're like more classified as a rap group, hit after hit. I'm not too big into NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. Not really my style of music. If I had to make a prediction as to who the Jets listen to in the locker room, well, who would you say, Matt? I would probably say Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that'd be my guess as well.
Yeah,
True saying New Kids on the Block. Look at this. Look at what Johnny started here. We got to get back on track. Oh,
yeah,
Blink
all
182. Does Blink count? That's like pop
yeah.
punk. I would that would be my preferred route.
Travis Barker, maybe on the drums. Yeah, that's a great band.
All the good stuff. I love it. All right. So AD Mitchell's making his debut tonight,
Yes.
Connor. I wanted to ask you, how are you feeling about one of the newest New York Jets? What are your expectations for him in this game going forward?
My expectations for him over 50 yards. That's like a prop that I would make today. He's going to get involved. He is going to get involved early. He's going to need to make an impact. He is the top he's the top wide receiver really today if you count him being a new addition on this team. He is going to be the Jets' number one pass catcher in my opinion. I'm expecting him to get downfield, create separation, and the biggest thing is Justin Fields is going to need to get him the ball. Point blank, period. Justin Fields going to need to get him the ball because you mentioned it earlier on in the show, Matt. It's kind of hard to assess this offense, and it was a great point with how bad Justin Fields has been. Now, that said, look, the wide receivers, the tight ends, they're going to need to get open, and they're going to need to make Justin Fields' job easier because the Jets can't rely on just a ground game all day long, Matt, because, again, the Patriots have one of the best run defenses in all of football. So the Jets can't rely on just running the ball all day long.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I wanted to pitch you an idea that I had, and it's not a unique idea. Other people have said this, so I don't want to like just take full credit for it, but it's something that I agree with. How about the Jets start the game with like a play action deep shot, right? Everyone in the world thinks they're going to come out running the ball. You have Brees Hall. You do the little play action. AD Mitchell or Arian Smith. You have Arian Smith for the speed. AD Mitchell as the jump ball threat. Toss it up to one of those two guys and at least let the defense know, hey, we're not afraid to take a shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, just try something. Like that's what I like about Tyrod Taylor, Matt. Like at least Tanner Engstrand can like build somewhat of a conventional offense around Tyrod Taylor, and Taylor's able to push the ball down the field somewhat. He's not great, but he's better than Justin Fields in that sense. So look, I think that's why you really need to go with Taylor. But again, take shots, push it down the field. Matt, I purchased a parts unknown Arian Smith rivalry jersey about 2 weeks ago, and I checked the tracking today, and it is actually supposed to come on the same day the Jets are wearing
There you
that
go.
jersey. So let's hope it gets off the slow boat in time before game day.
Nice. That'd be really clutch. Fanatics sent me a rivalries jersey. Unfortunately, it's a Quinn Williams jersey, so that I didn't even get a chance to wear it before he was traded. But
Richie from Jets Media, our good friend Matt, had a Sauce one and a Quinnen one.
Okay, so we're kind of in the same. His is worse, but
yeah,
because he's got two. But I'm now in the same boat as him because my Fanatics jersey that they sent, which I appreciate, but Quinn Williams no longer New York Jet. So,
and you'd think Quinnen would be like the only safe player on the team, like him and Armand Membu. You thought Armand Membu and Sauce were like the three safe players.
Would have thought so. Absolutely would have thought so, but you can't catch a break sometimes. That's just how it goes.
Not at all.
Wanted to go back into some of these comments. A guy Jack chiming in saying he won't get involved, meaning AD Mitchell, because Fields has 6 completions, which is a fair point.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, again, the inconsistency is the issue, and my point is the Jets can be in this game today, Matt. If they show a glimmer of what they showed on special teams on Sunday today, if they put up as great of a defensive effort as they did on Sunday, and Fields is the reason they lose, man, that's going to receive a lot of flack from this fan base, and rightfully so. I think if Glenn puts Tyrod out there and the Jets lose, he's not going to receive that much flack. So I think Tyrod is the safe go, and I think he gives you the best chance to win today, man.
I don't think he's going to start, but we never know, right? We get to 8:00 and things absolutely change. But like I said earlier, man, I really just wonder how quickly they'd be willing to make the switch if Justin Fields, even off like, let's say through the first quarter, he's like 1 of 5 passing for like 2
Oh
yards.
my God.
Is that enough for them to make the switch?
It has to be. Like, you can't afford to lose this game because of Fields. Like, if you just lose this game, like, I'm mad. I'd rather have the Jets lose this game because they're just outmatched off the opening kick than lose because of Fields. And this game is so important. Like, I'm not going to pick the Jets to win. I'm not that optimistic after 2 straight wins. But if the Jets were to win tonight, this would be like how the Giants, excuse me, beat the Eagles, and I think week 4 or 5 it was on Thursday Night Football this season. Like this would be a huge win, a culture-changing win against a division rival, one of the hottest teams in football, and keeping that win streak going. So I think this game is so important for the Jets.
I do too. And I think it's a big test for Aaron Glenn, right? Like I had a tweet this morning essentially saying the same old Jets would, lose this game 30-6 and get embarrassed on national television. If we are to buy in that things are changing and they're turning the corner, I know like we're not doing moral victories and I get that, but I'd feel a lot better if this is a 1-score game and if they end up losing because, Drake May drives them down the field and they score, as time expires. Well, then to me that shows, hey, you know what? You hung tough with a team that is likely to be a playoff team. To me, they're the hottest team in the AFC right now, one of the best teams in football. I'd come away impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the team on a 7-game win streak. This is a team that takes down and puts up a fight with the best of the best. Just talk about great coaching from Mike Vrabel and the resurgence that he's brought to this program, Matt, in literally under a full year. It is highly, highly, highly impressive. I'm pleased with what I've seen from Vrabel. Should I have been a Patriots fan, I would be super happy with what Vrabel has shown thus far. The poise that they've shown as a team overall, and most importantly, the quarterback position, man. Drake May, Josh McDaniels, those two on the same page week in and week out. Drake May, if I was an MVP voter, I'd be voting Drake May in just a handful of weeks, man. He has been remarkable, and it's certainly an improved surrounding cast than his rookie year, but still, this isn't a surrounding cast that is all pro caliber by any means. Matt, this isn't an incredible team that he is surrounded by. They made upgrades on the offensive line, which was needed. They added an extra pass catcher in Stephon Diggs and Matt Collins. But at the end of the day, Drake May is playing MVP caliber football with a less than stellar supporting cast.
Yeah, he's been really good in year 2 and has taken that step forward. We do have our first super chat, and I want to get into some calls. We have the callers waiting on the line here. So first we'll go out to AZ Frankie, who says, if the Jets have 5 wins, trades never happen. And, I think he's right. Unfortunately, they were put in a spot. They, at the time of the trades, were 1-7. And I think they looked at this roster and just how the team was trending. And they said, this is an opportunity for us to really reset here with all the draft capital. Now it's 8 picks in the first 2 rounds over the next 2 years to really turn things over and build it through their vision.
Absolutely. And the question that I think a lot of fans are going to ask, we spoke about the trades last week, are, can we trust Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn to make these picks? And that's the fair question, but Glenn is going to have to earn the trust of this fan base in the final games of the year. And just ask Rich. Whatever you want to know about the Jets, just ask Rich, folks, because he has all the answers. That's what Aaron Glenn would tell you if he asked about any of the future plans that he has for the organization.
Gotta love it. All right. Thank you, AZ Frankie, for that one. Let's go out to the calls and start. We want to talk about this being an important game and setting the tone. Who better to set the tone than Beastbreaker?
Hell yeah.
The first 30 minutes of this match. Don't pulverize them that fast. Take it slow on them. Do it slowly, but once it gets down to the nitty-gritty second half, start pulverizing the last 30 minutes. And don't do it slow. Do it nice and hard. It's time to take these boys to school. See, we've been getting our asses handed to us for quite a long time against these boys. These boys tonight is going to have to, it's time to say, put up or shut up. It's time to win. It's time to go home. It's time to take these boys home.
Beast, what chat are you looking most forward to watching
I want to see is speed. I want to see some quick agility and a little bit of finesse. But if Justin Fields starts getting rocked first half, get him out and get Tyrod in, because you don't want Justin Fields to look like a punching bag going, getting punched around like he was a punching bag. And now, Connor, you haven't watched boxing, have you?
Minimally.
So you don't watch that much boxing. Neither do I. The old stuff, yes, not the new stuff, but the boys need to do one of two things. Don't get run over and stay on your feet. Go after Drake right away. If we kick first, stick it to their asses and get them down on their knees. And then once they're down on their knees, go and start pulverizing them. Knock them out quick. Knock them out fast. Because these boys, they look like they're hungry, but we don't. Well, we look hungry because what did we do the last two games?
They won.
Speed, quickness, agility, and common sense. Keep it that way. And to Aaron Glenn, you remember when you came here to Foxborough when you were on the same team back in the 95, 96, 97 season. Show the boys what you used to do here at Foxborough when you guys beat these little bastards. Now it's time tonight. Tonight. Mercy in this match. None. Don't give him mercy. No mercy. Just beat the shit out of him. But do it so bad to the point where they have to get on their knees and beg. Make them beg. Is that clear? Did I stutter?
I think you nailed it.
Make them beg.
Make them beg. That's the perfect way to end the call. Beast, that was electric. Got us pumped up just like we needed to, right, Connor?
Hell yeah. You had to wait for that little pause there, Matt. Then just boop, knock him right there. Perfect ending, Beast. Thank you. I know you like to ramble, but a perfect ending to an incredible call. Thank you, Beast, for that. Always bringing the heat to get us started.
All right, let's keep it rolling. We're going to go out to Sean up next. Sean, what's going on?
How you doing, guys?
What's up,
basically, I wanted to say that, the season is pretty much over. Let's be real. This is about draft capital, right? About draft position. So the more we win, the more games we win, yeah, it'll be a more, morally good, like in the locker room. People, the players will be like, yeah, we're winners. But when it comes to the future assets, that we can obtain through draft picks, it'll affect it negatively. So I want to know, like, if you guys are okay with like losing out on like a top 3 prospect QB in the draft.
Well, for me, there's 2 quarterbacks in this draft class that I like in Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson. Even if they don't go full tank mode, they're 2-7 right now. I think best case scenario, you're looking at a 4, maybe a 5-win football team. And that still puts you in a spot where you're picking in the top 10. And they have, they could trade up with all the picks that they do have anyway if they really did like someone that much.
That's what and I don't want to like have the top like 10 pick and have to draft up like I'm saying like not give up collateral to move up if we don't need to. But anyway, I know we don't play the games to lose. I get that. Aaron Glenn is going to play the games to win. Doesn't matter like what draft positions we end up in. That's just the nature of the game. Right. But man, it would stink that if we ended up like we started going into winning streak, right? And we end up like with the 10th or 11th pick. And then we're like, all right, where do we go now? Because the top QBs are off the board. So
They probably have to wait until 2027 and have a stopgap veteran. That'd be my thought if they get the 10th pick.
Or they could try to strike a trade for one of the big name guys or something like that that's going around. A lot of people are saying Burrow. I just don't see Burrow as a feasible possibility for this team. At the end of the day, what I will say about tanking is I know there are a lot of fans out there who are pro-tank and want to see this team bottom out and were disappointed after last week's win over the Browns. I think last week's win was super important. This team played complementary football. They rallied around each other, and Aaron Glenn still has the buy-in from this locker room, which is tough to do as a first-year head coach when you get off to an 0-7 start and your team is uncompetitive in several games to open the year. So I'm personally not rooting for it. Yeah. I understand some of the people that are potentially interested in it because they want this team to get their quarterback. Matt made a great point there. The Jets have all these picks. They could either use those assets to trade up if need be and get their guy, or allocate those picks to building infrastructure around the quarterback. So when he's able to come in, he's able to live up to his fullest potential.
I'm fine with I wish Fields would be better. Honestly, yeah. If he was better, I'd be okay with us not drafting a QB this year, into 2026, well, 2027, I mean. 2026, he's a capable QB where we can win 5 to 8 games, and be okay with it until that 2027 QB is drafted. But what are we going to do next year? We have no faith in, Fields. I mean, there's not many quarterbacks available. After, who's going to be available to pretty much uplift this team to be at least an 8 and 9 win team?
It's a good question. I don't know what route they're going to go, and there's still 4 or 5 months before we even get to that point.
Kyler Murray?
I wouldn't want to trade for Kyler Murray.
Really? For 1 year?
No. The contract, the biggest thing for me, Sean, is his contract. You'd have to give up assets to get him in. And the contract is pretty much essentially a 1 year, $39 million tryout. The Jets can't afford to allocate that much money to a quarterback unless your name is Joe Burrow, especially given all the holes that this team has. And we just tried a similar experiment with Justin Fields. Kyler Murray is injured every single year. His play continues to decrease year in and year out since his rookie season. This regime needs to go get the guy, not trade for someone who is broken and try to revive his career.
What happens if Arizona said, listen, we'll eat up some of the cap space, right? In the trade, whatever, a draft trade or whatever. We'll give you him, for let's say a second and a fourth, right? And so we'll eat up some of the currency, some of the his contract, your money. You know what I mean? And say we'll draft him to you for 1 year. You can. I don't know. If they give us a good I don't know. I might take that option for a year. Just to see what happens, and if he doesn't work out, I don't know. But we're gonna run with Fields and Tyrod Taylor another year.
No, they're gonna bring some other veteran in here. And thanks for the call, Sean. They're gonna bring some other veteran in here too. Even if they're going a different direction than Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields, they can go the draft route and go into free agency and add someone, or via trade. But there's still time before we get there, Connor.
Yeah, there's no quarterback I'm really, really tabbing in free agencies. I want to go after this guy. Just the names, the appeal is not out there for me. I'm leaning that they're going to draft their guy no matter what in April.
I think that's where we're likely to end up. But we'll keep the calls rolling. Rob is up next. What's up, Rob?
How we doing, guys? Just hearing Kyler Murray. We cut Xavier Gibson for dropping a kickoff. I don't want to know what happened to Kyler Murray if we caught him playing Call of Duty on a game week. Aaron Glenn might lose his mind. In the quarterback camp, only thing that worries me, we sent every staffer and executive with warm blood in their body to Happy Valley the day before a game to go watch Mendoza play. I really feel like they're tipping their hand because the the size, it kind of reminds you of Goff. Every single person on an offensive role has ties to Detroit. I worry that obviously you want to win. All we do is lose. It's been a masterclass of trash for the last decade. You want to win as much as possible. The only thing that worries me is you win your way into a point where they feel like they have to trade up. All those awesome assets you got for your two best players are now getting thrown into the basket of a rookie quarterback all over again. That's the only thing that worries me. But there is no veteran option. I think that's going to come in and correct the ship. It'll be another year of misery. Fields is clearly a bust experiment. Kyler would just be a shorter Fields with the same issues. Holds on to the ball too long. Poor decision maker. Just wants to run around, play headless chicken football. It's terrifying. It's like we can't even win and not think like how it's going to affect us in a negative fashion, which is just crazy. And when we do win, we beat teams that gift them Drake May in division, or play ourselves out of getting Aiden Hutchinson in the long run. Like it's kind of like a lose-win for us every single week. So I'm just curious, what your take? Like, no one wants to lose, but at what cost are we gonna win these games?
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because I think you bring up a fair point, and Sean started with this with the winning games and hurting draft stock, but we also don't know what Aaron Glenn is as a head coach yet. So, like, if they go 2-15 and end up with the first pick in the draft, I'd be happy with you could draft whatever quarterback you want in that spot. But I don't feel great about the coaching staff going into next year.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. So, like I said, it's an interesting situation, and it's like a never-ending conversation that we have to have every year. I think what annoyed me about the last win, if we beat Cleveland and it looked great, great, okay, cool, I could take that win. It's the fact it looked so absolutely horrible, and we won. You almost walk away saying, I don't feel any better about the staff, and we messed up our draft position.
I'll push back there a little, Rob. I understand where you're coming from.
I'm sorry. I can't hear right now. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
It might be on my end.
You got me, Matt?
I can hear you. So we're going to say goodbye to Rob and then just answer the question here.
Yeah, what I will say regarding that is I understand the pass game was terrible. 6 of 11 for Fields, 54 yards, an interception. That's the only area where the Jets struggled. And I think it's safe to say Justin Fields won't be the starting quarterback on this team next year. Your core pieces on defense looked great after they lost two of its biggest stars. I think the special teams unit was innovative. They were incredible. 2 touchdowns. McNamara continues to look like an all-pro. Same goes for Nick Folk. And look, Breece Hall continued to be a workhorse and continued to dominate on the ground for the Jets. So again, while the passing game wasn't pretty, the Jets stepped up in other areas and got the win. And Aaron Glenn continues to improve as a game manager. The 4th down punt decisions are a work in progress. He's getting better with those. Every single week, he is getting better when it comes to his allocation of timeouts. So Glenn's improving as a coach as well. If he could have like a second half of the season that Dan Campbell had in his second half of the first year, that would be huge.
Yeah, it would be. And they still ended up with a high draft pick that year. And also, too, the offensive line played well in that game. And there's 3 young pieces on that offensive line that I feel like you got to, feel pretty good about. And the tackles held their own against Myles Garrett. So I think there are some positive things to take away from in that game and that win from Cleveland.
Most definitely.
All right, let's go out to Johnny Boy up next. What's up, Johnny?
What's going on, Connor?
How you doing?
What up, Matt? Hey, so were those 2 calls 6-7?
You're really in this bit now, huh?
I mean, if that's
I thought Connor was gonna save me. I was like, he was the last hope. I was like, yo, this guy got it. He's gonna let me know what it is. But
it's not even like a shielding thing. Like I genuinely do not know where it comes from.
So I can't do the tank, bro. Like I can't. It's not in my blood to say, hey, let's lose and worry about a draft that you're starting to see reports and of guys that I kind of trust when it comes to the talks about quarterbacks and players, that this is a class that is not really certain. These quarterbacks could potentially be something, right? Do I like Mendoza? Yes. Am I sold on Mendoza? No, I'm not. So look, I want to win, man. and we still have a chance to potentially have a winning season, you best believe that's what I'm rooting for. And if it messes our draft position, so be it. These dudes get paid to pick a player wherever it is. Why is it that the Chiefs could pick almost dead last and still be able to get really good freaking players? Why is it insert team that picks almost last and they're getting all of these players? Like, so that's why I've never understood it. And do I want a quarterback this upcoming draft? I mean, yeah, if it's there for us. But then I look at it and, you know, again, Drew Aller's there. And I keep talking about it because now I'm not saying that that's what I want to draft. But he's a guy that at one point was really up high, got hurt, and looked like his draft capital because of that hurt him, right? Why not swing at that dude? And then still in the year that comes out where all of these other quarterbacks are coming out, draft another one until you finally hit on one of them. But build around it like you guys were saying. Get all the pieces that we need and then input the quarterback at that point. You know, so I don't know, man. Like, I just can't do the whole tank. I can't. Like tonight, I want to talk about tonight's game. I want to be able to say, hey, let's go into Foxborough. Let's go right ahead and be able to beat the shit out of the Patriots. Because that's what I want. You know, the whole Drake May conversation, everybody's saying that this is our stuff and everything, so that we gave it for them, blah, blah, blah. I'm just had it, man. Like,
definitely.
You want to see a win? I get it. And this is your biggest rival, too, against New England, right? Like, I know, you know, Brady and Belichick aren't here anymore, but I still feel like the Pats are the biggest rival for the Jets. And, you know, it's a big divisional test for this team. Let's see if they're up for it. That's kind of where I'm at with this game.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits, and Chinese food makes me sick. So
now we're doing Eminem lyrics?
Nah, that's LFO, bro. LFO.
Okay.
That's a deep cut right there for you.
That's a deep cut. I didn't know that one.
Like, Connor's like, yo, what are these dudes talking about?
Yeah, I know Eminem. I don't know whoever LFO is. Not familiar.
Hey, go type in Summer Girls. Yo, you're gonna blow everybody's mind when you go back to high school, bro. I'll be like, yo, man, Connor's so cool, dude. Like, that's old school stuff. Hey, appreciate you boys, man. Hey,
likewise.
Jets 42, Patriots 7, baby.
Yeah.
I'll bug it, bro. I don't even want to give a score prediction at all because just be competitive. That's all I want. Be competitive. Don't make it a game where they're getting blown out. So
I'm with you. Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, guys.
Definitely.
Love it. I love Johnny's positivity there. Couple super chats. We're going to get back into the mix here and then get into the calls after these. Yeah. Clay Wavy has 2 back-to-back. First one, any word on if AD Mitchell is playing tonight? He is active, so he's making his Jets debut. And then follows it up with, do we think he'll get more than 2 targets? I hope he does. I certainly hope he gets more than 2 targets in this game.
I'm just trying to think of the target share in my mind because, Matt, it's so hard to predict every single week. Is it going to be Tyler Johnson week? Is it going to be Allen Lazard week? Is it going to be AD Mitchell week, hopefully? I think that's the big question. We'll all be looking forward to seeing how the Jets distribute tonight's targets with, of course, Garrett Wilson out of the mix.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see how they do there. Back to the calls. We have had a few people waiting a while. Let's go out to James up next. James, what's going on?
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I hear you.
You got me? Because,
yeah.
Matt, I can't hear you. Connor, I can hear you, but I can't hear Matt. But that's neither here nor there. I heard a little bit. Shout out, Johnny. Good call. But the callers before them, I didn't really hear. All I see is this says pregame show, right? Not off-season show. Let's get the fucking W tonight. You know what I'm talking about? Right now, this is where we're at, right here, right now, where our feet are at. After off season, let's get this W tonight. That's all that matters, bro. I don't care if it's special teams. I don't care if it's defense. I don't care if it's running the ball. It doesn't matter. Just get it done tonight. That's it. I'm out, boys. Peace.
There we go.
What a call from James. Love that. That's right. This isn't off-season preview show. No, this is Jets Pats preview show, man.
Hell yeah. Short and sweet as well. That's what also made it special. Well done there by James. Love to see the passion from this fan base week in, week out, despite the team's brutal record.
All right. Chris is up next. Chris, what's going on, man?
Wow, what's up, Matt? How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
I'm
Thanks.
calling from Tampa. It's really weird to talk to you because I've been like following you since like the Sam Darnold era. So,
Wow. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, man, it's not that I really want to see I don't want to see the Jets lose. And I live in Tampa. I'm from Long Island, so I've been a long-term Jets fan for my whole life, and I'm actually a Rays fan, even though I'm not a Bucks fan. So it's really hard for me to I could root for the Bucks and have a good team, but I can't do it. So. Man, it's just, I want a good team around us. So it's really hard for me. Sanchez walked into a good situation. It was he walked into the perfect situation. You know what I mean? Where he was good in that era. So it's let's build a team now, even though we're not that good. Let's build a team, have a good head coach. Aaron Glenn might be the person for us, right? Build a good team, have a good foundation. Even if it's a subpar quarterback, it might work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the roster is nearly as important as finding the right quarterback. And the same thing could be said about the head coach. There's a lot of factors that go into putting the quarterback in a position to succeed. And, I think the offensive line is trending in the right direction. I think they have a good wide receiver one in Garrett Wilson. I think they have a good running game if they bring back Breece Hall. They just have to continue to add pieces on offense and, hope that they have the right offensive staff in place.
Well, that's why I'm glad they kept Breece Hall. I was okay with trading Sauce Gardner, and I didn't want to trade Quentin, to be honest. Sauce Gardner was never Darrelle Revis. We're going to be real about this. He was never Revis. I know, the whole NFL looks at Sauce Gardner as one of the best people, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but he was never, he's not a Revis, man. You know what I mean? Let's be real.
That's a tough bar to clear. That's a Hall of Fame. That's
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 my Matt. We're probably the same age, so I was watching Testaverde in 98. I'm 32 years old, so I remember that was the first era of the Jets. I remember was Testaverde, then Pennington took over. So it's for me, I just want to see an adequate team that puts up a fight. That's all I want to see. I don't care if we're winning a bunch of games, but I want to be competitive. You know what I mean? Also a good situation. I don't want to bring in a quarterback to a bad situation. I'm not Sam Darnold's a shame that we did. Even Geno Smith, Geno's not doing good now, but we didn't bring him into what Sanchez came into. Sanchez came into the best situation possible. And if you would have put Pennington on that situation, even when Pennington was brand new, we would go to the Super Bowl, and it.
And it just stinks the injuries with him. I think is the the unfortunate reason why he didn't work out as the 15-year quarterback.
But you see what I'm saying? It's hard, man. Because we could I just want us to do what a good GM would do. And let's set this up for 5. I know we want to be better next year, and I hope we are. But let's look 3 years down the line and hopefully we'll make the playoffs in 3 years. I
hope so. I think that's a fair ask, an expectation.
It's been hard to watch this team for so long and be rooting for them when I live in Tampa and the Bucks are good. Well,
you're a loyal guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Great stuff, Chris. Thanks for calling in.
Go Jets.
Love it. Love that, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I will add, typically quarterbacks who have a strong supporting cast are the ones who come in and thrive. And I think I've mentioned this here a few times, but I'll just reiterate it again. These rebuilds, there's a misconception that these rebuilds are 4 or 5 years long. The Jets have the talent. The Jets have the offensive line. The Jets have the defensive talent where they're a couple good pieces away from being a really good situation for a quarterback to come into. And look, the Washington Commanders took Jaden Daniels with the #1 overall pick, and in his rookie season, they were in the NFC Championship. This is a full rebuild for the Jets. They're tearing everything down. But what I'm saying is, I think we have to look past the misconception that this is going to take 5 years.
No, I mean, it's the NFL. It's a league that's built for parity. It shouldn't take that long, right? If you get the quarterback right, it makes things significantly easier for you.
Most definitely.
All right, let's keep the train rolling. Andrew Grzonk is up next. What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey guys, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing good.
I went to happy hour after work, had a couple margaritas, just got home, planning to make a fire during the game, and I'm wearing my Mangold jersey.
Love that.
I got this when I was your age, Connor. I got it to go to Pittsburgh to the AFC Championship the last time the Jets were in the playoffs. So, and yeah, it's clearly seen some better days now at this point, but we got to get back there eventually. But I know it's been a long road. It's going to be a little bit longer still, but tonight I'm hoping to see at least something positive because I live in the Baltimore area and my buddy just got a really good deal on some tickets for next week. So I'm going to the Jets Ravens game, 5th row on the 30-yard line for like a really good price. So I'm hoping to see something today that makes me be able to go into that stadium next week and cheer my heart out. Cause I just want to root for positivity at this point. And like so far over the beginning of the season was rough, but the last couple of games definitely seems like the tide's turning a little bit. I like that the fan base is getting back into it a little bit. I always hated like the fact that everyone turned on AG so quickly and everything, but I think positivity in the fan base breeds good results on the field. So hoping that we can keep it going, you know?
Yeah, no, I hope you're right with that. And I hope the Jets give you something tonight where you feel pretty good going into the game next week against Baltimore. Another tough one though.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm going to be going in there fully decked out in Jets gear, cheering my lungs out, at least until the Jets really don't give me anything to cheer for. But hopefully that doesn't happen.
I hope so too. I wouldn't expect anything less out of you, Andrew.
Oh yeah, and I know Matt, you guys are going to be having your eating your full of mashed potatoes at the mashed potato bar.
That's right. The night before. Look, so the next Sunday is going to be a tough one for me, just because I think I'll be doing the coverage a little hungover. For being honest, it's going to be out partying pretty late Saturday, but it should be a fun one. That's
you could watch the game in bed, Matt. That's
yeah. No, of course. I will definitely be watching the game. I will just be on my couch by myself under a blanket. I can guarantee you that.
Look for me. Like I said, I'll be 30-yard line, 5th row in the first tier behind the Ravens bench. And I was able to get on ESPN earlier this season at a Jets tailgate. So hopefully I'll do something crazy enough to get on TV again. But
that's right.
Awesome. Love it.
Great stuff, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, congrats prematurely, Matt, for next week. And let's get a win tonight, guys. JETS.
Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Good stuff from our friend Andrew. That's awesome.
Awesome. Love to see it. Yeah, Matt, next week is going to be and they're playing the Ravens too. So the Ravens got off to a rough start, but now that they have their quarterback back in the lineup, they're in cruise control right now. So that is not going to be a fun game.
No, I don't think so either. But the Jets can't hurt me next week. I'll still be riding my high after a fun day from the night before.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Matt. A lifetime experience, absolutely.
Without a doubt. We'll get back to the calls in a second. Got to give a shout out to the sponsor of this stream, Sleeper. Think you know football. Try to turn your football knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. With more stats than any other daily fantasy app, you just got to choose 2 or more of your favorite players. You could do it pregame or live during the game. Pick more or less from the predicted stats, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money if your picks win. Use my promo code O'Leary, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Or you could just use their new offer, a free $20 no deposit required promo. Terms and conditions apply. Thank you, Sleeper, for being a sponsor on the show. All right, Connor, let's get back to these phone lines. They're blowing up tonight. We're going out to Philly Noodles up next. What's going on?
What's going on? How you doing, Matt? What's going on, Connor?
Good. Doing well.
All right. I'm calling out from Carolina. I wanted to feel the New York weather. It's been a minute. I haven't been up there in a while, so watching it outside.
Oh, that's awesome.
Projection screen.
I'm jealous.
You know what I mean?
That looks awesome.
Angry Orchard. Cheers, Connor. Whatever you got, raise it up. But I'm actually excited about Adonai Mitchell. I want to see if he can separate. I just was on Jake's show. It's interesting when you get things like this that happen to a team where we're going through what we're going through, but you're able to get talent and seeing what they can do. And it was a freebie. So to me, it's use it while you got it. See what you got. I expect Vrabel's defense to eat up as much Breece Hall in the backfield as they can. But, whoever's quarterback, do we know? Is this still?
They still have not said. We're assuming Justin Fields, but we don't know for sure.
It's amazing. Whoever the quarterback is, let's see if they'll give the ball out a little bit and pass it here. Mason Taylor would be nice to get some touches, man. You know what I mean? It was weird. He didn't really grab the ball last week, for sure. Definitely strange. I'm actually scared, though, because Gronkowski's in the building. Hunter Henry, we historically can't cover tight ends. Let's see what happens, guys. You know what I mean? But let's go Jets, bro. Let's see what we got.
Go Jets. Enjoy the game. I love the setup.
Yes, sir.
I love it. Good stuff there. Man, to sit outside and watch a football game, drink a nice little cocktail there. What a way to spend a Thursday night, if you ask me.
It was too cold today, man. It
was cold, and it's been very windy here. I went out. I honestly went outside very little today. But I went to get the mail before, and I was like, freezing. I took the garbage out. It was freezing. I was like, this is not good. I want just steady temperatures, right?
Yesterday at school, there was like a little fire, so we were outside. I mean, of course, these happen like the worst time of year. So we were outside for like 40 minutes, and I didn't have my jacket with me either, so I was just shivering outside. It was like it's getting cold out here on the island. For those who aren't here on the island, it's so depressing, man. I know this is around all of New York and really most of America. Just the daylight savings, man. It gets dark at like 4:40. You look outside now at 7:30 p.m. and you'd think it's 2 a.m. How dark
I know.
It's awful.
Seasonal depression's a real thing. That when the sunlight is gone by 4:40, it's not ideal. But you know what gets me through? 2 things. 1, football.
Yep.
The second thing, I don't know about you, but I'm a big Christmas guy. I love driving around, seeing the Christmas lights. Those are going to start popping up soon. And I feel like, okay, like that makes it at least a little bit nice with the ambiance. But January and February, that is just straight up the worst time of year. Sports wise, for the most part, I know you have the football playoffs and stuff, but it's tough, man.
2022 was peak, Matt, right? Because we had Christmas going and everything. And the Jets were playing meaningful games into December that had playoff implications. So, take me back to 2022, please.
It was the absolute best 2022 until it wasn't. A 7-4 to 7-10.
I'm looking at you, Braxton Berrios.
He will still not be forgiven for that drop against Minnesota. Changed everything. All right, let's get back to these calls. Brick City, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Connor? What's going on, Matt? Listen, I'm at work real quick, so I'm pumped up. Listen, we got to beat these guys. I'm tired of the Patriots, this boogeyman thing that they own us. I hate everything Boston. I hate Belichick. I hate Vrabel. I hate these guys. So we got to go and beat these guys. I hate the Red Sox. I hate the Bruins. I hate John Cena even. He's from Boston. So we got to show the world that we're not the same old Jets tonight. I don't care what we do, how we do it. Special team. We got to do it all 3 phases of the game. We have to be disciplined. Can we get our first interception of the year, people? Can we get 1 turnover, guys? Can we make Drake May's day hell? Go Jets. Love the platform, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Always. Let's get a win tonight. Go Jets.
Love it. Thank you, Brick City. What a call there. John Cena catching strays just because he's from Boston.
Everyone from Massachusetts, Matt, catching strays. Nick Faria, who is in at Gillette Stadium for tonight's games, is for what it's worth. Justin Fields has been taking charge of pregame warmups for the Jets. Pretty clear he's going to start again as the team goes for a 3rd straight win. So not official, but there's our wink, inkling that Fields will be starting tonight.
Yeah, which I think we both expected, right? That's not a surprise.
Certainly.
All right, let's go out to Ray calling in from Cali. Ray, what's going on, man?
How you doing, everybody over there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through now. We got you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had my charger on. Hey, I just thank you for bringing me on. I'm over here in California, and I'm getting laughed at every time I wear my jersey, but I'm proud to be a Jet fan. I just want to let you know that it's going to be an upset today. The Jets are going to play with no pressure. We have a disadvantage because they don't know nothing about our receivers. And if we have any inkling of offense, I think that we might upset them because our special teams they're already concerned about special teams. I think we get the run game going. They already going to put 8 men in the box. If these receivers, if they allow Justin Fields to throw the ball early, I think they got to let him get in the rhythm. I think we also got to let him use his legs because that's his superpower. Let him use his legs, run the ball with Brees Hall, but also take shots downfield. Got to take the shots downfield. And if he gets hurt and we bring Cook in, I'm looking forward to seeing a rookie come in there and just sling the ball. He got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
You're right. You might as well see what you have there. If Justin Fields isn't cutting it, I don't blame you on that one.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, and I think the only way he gets in is if Cook could get in is if Fields gets benched or he gets hurt. Run him.
They got to run him, right? Like that's his best attribute is his legs.
Yeah. And they shot away from it. I don't know if that's a Fields thing. I don't know if that's an Angstrom thing, but that is an area where the Jets have subtly shied away from this year.
Even if he let him roll out, I like him rolling out instead of just staying in the pocket. He gets so nervous. He doesn't have any confidence in what he sees. But when he's running, it's like automatically he becomes somebody different because that's his superpower. Run. Maybe he can do some more damage with the rollouts. Roll out.
I like it. I think you're on the money, Ray. I think that's got to be the plan for the offense today. Get him out, get him moving, and make some plays, man.
Yeah. Well, I see an upset. I think the score is going to be 24-17.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope you're right, man. That would be awesome to see an upset win on the road.
Special teams will have a big play in it. Special teams. We're going to play the perfect game. No pressure. And I think the pressure's on New England to keep that 8-2. No, they're the leader. We have nothing to lose. Just like how Miami beat up on Buffalo, they didn't have nothing to lose. They just went out there and said, hey, everybody's expecting us to lose anyway. Let's just ball out.
Definitely.
Thank you, Ray. Enjoy the game.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Love it. That's a great call there from Ray. He's hoping for an upset. I hope we get an upset too, Connor.
Definitely. Love to hear the energy from out on the West Coast.
Is where it's still light out. Lucky him.
There we go. Yeah. What is that? 4:45 on the West Coast?
3:45. Not a math guy. We're not math guys. That's okay.
I thought it was 3 hours.
Oh no, you're right. I'm wrong. All right. We got a man on the ground. We got to go out to our guy Lofi.
These fans ain't shit over here, guys. I don't know if can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hear me?
I hear you.
These fans ain't shit. Here with Boba Jet.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
These fans, it's not like Miami where it's like open field here. Miami, I was getting cursed out. Here it's nothing, but we're here. I can't hear you guys, but I hope we win. Go Jets. Go Jets. Go Jets. Go Jets.
Oh, love it. What an electric phone call. Just getting the vibe right from the crowd.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Boots on the ground. Love to see it. Shout out to you, Lofi. Made the trip up to Massachusetts for a game that looks like is getting played in 25-degree weather.
Yeah, that's cold.
If I had to make a prediction, so shout out to all the Jets fans up in Foxborough. Be loud and make Drake May have a hard count at home.
Connor, I'm mad at myself because last week I predicted a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, you texted me during the game. Yeah,
I know, but I stupidly said it would be for the Browns. I should have just said in general special team score, and there were 2 of them. So it's time for our bold predictions for this game. What are you feeling this week, Connor? I don't want to I don't want to tell you, but last week your prediction was Fields over 300 total yards.
It just gets worse and worse every week.
That's a tough one.
Give me, I'll say John Mechie touchdown.
Oh, that's okay. That's a deep cut. I'm gonna do you one better on a deep cut.
Arian Smith?
No. Andrew Beck fullback dive touchdown.
You came close last week. Watch Andrew Beck get down to the 1 yard line.
I'm gonna call you and just be so upset. Like,
watch him get from the 3 to the 1. Just like how Corley dropped the Thursday night football around this time of year when Corley sold my pick and dropped the ball before.
That was the closest I think we got on our bold predictions.
Has to be, Matt.
Yeah.
Anyways, fun show, my friend. Looking forward to the game kicking off here in about 30 minutes, give or take. Should be a fun time, and hope this team gets a win, baby. And we will be loud if they do. And we will be back. A victory Friday, Matt, sailing into the weekend after beating the Patriots.
Please.
A week pre-wedding for you, the pre-wedding weekend. Man, they got to win.
They absolutely have to win this game. I'm with you. It'd be a lot of fun. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed our pregame show. That'll do it for Connor. I am Matt. We'll catch you guys next time.